This is Gibbs.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover or takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out, something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It got his man complete.
It's a big play there for Baltimore.
And even 40 yards.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Off the option, here's Gibbs.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year.
And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground. ETN, and he'll get this up just shy of the 30. You look at this Baltimore defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
2nd down, here's a run with Bigsby.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And his throw is incomplete.
The Jaguars had 5-8, 3 games under 500. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Lawrence going to get this to ETN.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Now a handoff to Bigsby.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
There to drop him behind the line was Logan Hall. Great effort.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Now Lawrence. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 31-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my
double
game
team
plan
that tight end
and
here.
condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much. Do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different form.
Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kyle Pitts hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Jaguars 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. Haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So on fourth down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it second down and 11. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
On third down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Tucker's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? when the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
All right, let's go.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. They'll run with Etienne. Now this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Here's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. But he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Lawrence's throw brought in by Austin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. On the sideline, he's got Austin. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Etienne will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Well, certainly found that window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
2nd down and 6 now. Another run for Gibbs here. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Here's Jackson. Touchdown! Jahmyr Gibbs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens are able to stretch out their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 63 yards.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. ETN on the toss right.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. On second down, ETN once more.
And he's brought down. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. That's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another first down run right there.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
Off the option, that's complete.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson now. Eluding the pressure right.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Down the right sideline. How about this?
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you
is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Another toe for Etienne. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. So no gain on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Brendan McManus on for the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will tie us at 24-all. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein. Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go play action now. Jackson. This ball down the field for Pitts. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 51 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 7. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So they're able to answer back here in the third quarter with a field goal of their own to move back in front by 3.
It's like watching a tennis match, isn't it? Who's going to be able to break serve? Is it going to be Borg or is it going to be McEnroe in one of their great Grand Slam epics? Go ahead and look it up, folks.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And they're going to speed things up here. Lawrence on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that's a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Go, let's go.
On third down, Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And they call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it fourth down.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. This time Jackson will throw it. Buying time to his left. He finds his man complete. That's Gibbs. And they can't bring him down. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now it's Jackson. The quick slant caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will add to their 4th quarter lead. Now that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Justin Matabike working his way to the quarterback that time. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
That's complete to Parker Washington. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And able to work his way down to the 16. 95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Here's 2nd and 3. On the give, here's Gibbs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football. And that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better.
Lawrence hit him, the ball is free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Now Lawrence to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And just shutting him off there. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw pulled in by Schwartz.
Touchdown, Jaguars!
Anthony Schwartz.
40 yards.
And the Jags have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that big-time drive right there? If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Throwing is Jackson.
And it's incomplete.
And with the way things have gone so far tonight, I figured this was going to be a touchdown because he's wide open. But instead, the ball played out just a bit too far, and they come up empty.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
11, Agate. Roll.
Handoff running left is Etienne.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here comes second down. Here's Lawrence to throw.
He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Lawrence.
And that will be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They're going on fourth down. Lawrence, he's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as he's brought to the ground after a gain of 7, 5 more than he needed on 4th and 2.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. On second down, a run with Etienne.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. 4th down. Here's Lawrence. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he's in for a touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here's 1st and 10. Jackson.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One last shot for Jackson.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And now they get the timeout call. So they got one of the big plays that they needed. Can they do it again? Don't change that dial. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. This from long, very long range. Does he have the distance? He does. It's good. My goodness, he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the